How do atrocities happen? How does any genocide in the history of our world happen? What's the first step? You dehumanize the other group.
According to the United States Department of Justice, genocide is defined as includes violent attacks with the specific intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group.
You want to know what's really wrong with the black community? Is that the woman is out of her purpose and she's not a helpmeet no more. Yep. She's the enemy. She's more of an enemy than the white man ever has. She's more of an enemy than anybody in history has ever been to the black community, because she's the very person that comes in with deceit and looks to use you and then disperse of you when she's done with you. And then she'll move on when it's all said and done, and then say, well, what about the kids? Fuck them kids and fuck that woman too. Throw that with the bathwater. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Start the fuck over. Get a whole new group of women, and then fix the community that way.
Anton Daniels is a self-proclaimed self-help guru that has several YouTube channels. With over 100,000 subscribers, he has created a platform that reaches many. He produces content and discusses multiple topics, but the topic that seems to produce the most engagement and sometimes most views are his unsubstantiated opinions on the black community, specifically black women and their undesire to submit to black men. He shares the same ideologies as some of the other red pillars that he has collaborated with, like Just Pearly Things, the lead attorney, and the deceased Kevin Samuels. The rise in unqualified self-help gurus that claim to specialize in helping men seems to be nothing more than a facade where black men like Anton Daniels build their platforms off of racially humiliating, disparaging, and shaming black women specifically. Here are several more clips of Anton spewing hatred towards black women. Please be advised.
Let me just break this down really quickly. Unfortunately, for a lot of these guys, to their own demise, they will stay loyal to you in your ugly, funky, stupid ways. They say things like, you know what? These women are some more submissive, and they do request me, and they pining for me, and they shoot and they shot at me on a regular basis. And when I go over here, they love me, and when I go over there, they beg me, and they practically pay for me to come over there and bust them down and all that. And they willing to cook for me and pay my bills and do everything they want to say. But I can't be with them. I just got to marry a black woman. I will never trade. I hear guys say that all the time. I want to get married, and I'm always going to prefer a black woman. But for some reason, somehow, they not effing with me, or they always got a bad attitude. And that's what's wrong with y'all funky, ugly, stupid attitudes. And we sick of that junk. Get your life together. We want you. We marry you. We deal with you. We wait on you to get your stupid, ugly life together. And you sit here talking about what we ain't and what we ain't gonna do. There's women out here that's literally willing to give everything that they got just to get that black D and then to get them into their life. Whoa, give up their whole family just to roll with a black dude. And you sitting there with your funky, ugly, twisted up face gonna sit there and tell us what we should be doing and how it is that we should be moving and what we prefer? No, we've been staying loyal to your funky nappy headed. Nappy head, just keep on showing up with your bonnet on every single day with your badass attitude and your stupid BBL, and we waiting on you to get your life together, but you continue to be the most destructive force that we've ever dealt with in our lives. And to our own demise, we continue to prefer you. To our own demise, I talk to guys every single day that's waiting on your funky, ugly ass to get your life together. And you sitting there with your bad attitude talking to us, telling us what we prefer and what we should do. See, you should be praising me and you should be celebrating me, because I've been married since I was 22 years old to a black woman that's raising a black daughter. I pour into my community. I hire black women. I invest in black women's businesses without even seeing them. I poured money into black women's businesses, both here in the United States and in Canada. Check my track record. And you gonna sit here and talk to me? Who the fuck you think you talking to? Who you talking to? Like, yo, disloyal, funky, ugly ass gonna sit here and put some respect on our names because we sick of it, man. And you ain't gonna be happy until you gotta marry a black woman as a black woman, because we ain't fucking checking for you no more. How much more are you going to be disruptive to your own life and to your own legacy? How much more are you going to be disruptive to the people that actually got your back and is trying to hold you down and waiting for you to get your life together so that we can pay your overpriced basket weaving degree, most enrolled, never even really making any money ass? I want to open up a boutique even though I went to school for the last 8 years and I got $100,000 in student loan debt self. How much more are you going to continue to make our lives difficult, thinking that you're doing something, but you're still at the bottom of the totem pole as far as being a woman and a black woman? That is the lowest earning demographic of person, yet you're the double minority, got the most debt and the most educated and ain't doing nothing. You just talking. You ain't did nothing. You've been a pawn your whole life. White women use you, white men use you, and you ain't never ever made any kind of progress, and you ain't figured out that the way that you make progress is to get behind the dude that actually got your best interest at heart. What make you think that you can talk to us like you got some kind of authority? You're the weakest link. You've been the weakest link on this whole planet for the entire existence of civilization. You're the weakest link. When you gonna get your life together? We sick of you. Get your life together. That's all you got to do is shut the fuck up and get your life together. And you gonna sit here and tell us what we want and what we prefer? It's statistically proven that the way in which you build wealth in strong communities is by having two parents in the household.
I was born rich.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of this chick interrupting me. All in her masculine energy, still talking that dumb shit.
But I was born rich.
Shut the fuck up. You ain't born rich. Anyways, like I was saying, the point that I was making is that, and it's always a fucking black woman that want to derail your point. Why, man? Why is it always a fucking American black woman that want to derail your point? Just gotta jump in and, I'm born rich. Man, don't nobody give a fuck about what you talking about. And if I don't clip this shit up and then make you famous, we gonna forget about you in 2 weeks. Nobody fucking cares about what it is that you think.
Who the fuck are you?
We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Take your stretch marks and get the fuck out of here. We don't give a fuck.
Take your bro.
We don't care. We don't care.
Shut
that shit up. Shut that shit up. Matter of fact, get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of these hoes, man. I hate you hoes. I hate these fucking masculine hoes that come up on here and think that they can say shit to me. What the fuck you talking about? I'm gonna do a whole fucking show on you tomorrow. Just because. And I didn't even plan on live streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna do a whole fucking show at the airport at your monkey ass with them wide ass stretch marks. Just piss me off, man. I hate these hoes, man. This is why black men don't want to marry. You did not get married because a man didn't want, because you chose to. You didn't get married because you ain't marriageable. It ain't a dude in the fucking world. Not a Mr. Let Go. When you fuck her, make sure you wear a condom, please. Hate, and matter of fact, don't even fuck her. Just fuck her mouth. Sick of these hoes, bro. I hate you. I hate you hoes. I hate you masculine fucking hoes that jump on the panel, talk shit, and then think you a reflection of the community. You trash. You're garbage. You're nothing. You're a throwaway. Nobody wants a 40-year-old woman with stretch marks talking about you a Lamborghini. You a fucking Fiesta. You a Pinto. You're ran through. You're nothing. You're trash. We don't care how many laps you do around the roller rink.
All right. Let me say something on this.
Their face says it all. These two black women were invited to a panel to have a discussion about emotional maturity. Instead, they had to witness another black woman being verbally lynched by a black man as he spewed hatred that you would expect to come from a Klans member or a white supremacist like Nick Fuentes. Just to recap, Anton Daniels said, "Why is it always an American black woman?" He said, "Shut the fuck up," twice. Sick of these hoes. He said that twice. Hate these hoes. He said that 6 times. Monkey ass. Wide ass stretch marks. White black men don't marry us. Not marriageable. Trash. Garbage. Throwaway. Ran through. Nothing but trash. The young lady, She's So Lucky, looked appalled and disgusted by Anton's behavior towards another black woman. Later in the video, she admits that black women get attacked on the panel for being vulnerable.
I'm just speaking as a woman. We make a lot of our decisions emotionally that we regret, kind of like Tia, and we have so much pride. And if you have a group of women or men or whoever aiding you in and they're judging your decisions, sometimes we never can say, you know what, I want this person back, or I should do these particular things because we are embarrassed. So I think that plays a large part, because even up here, if you be too vulnerable and too honest and you forget to have a conversation, you also under attack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the key component to emotional maturity is when you do speak your honest to God truth. You so cool with who you becoming, can't nobody say nothing to take you off your pedestal. Y'all could be up here talking about ladies for the street, or when you have kids, I'm never going to deny my child, and I'm also not going to deny what got me there either. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be cool with who you are and the decisions you make. It's your shit. Sit in it. That's how I think.
Lucky you're a Lamborghini.
I feel bad for laughing at what's funny, because I don't know what's serious and what's not funny, so I'm just
But you see, Anton doesn't have this same behavior, or as we say, energy, for everyone. It only seems to be directed at Black women. I first came across Anton about almost 2 years ago when he was on a panel with the lead attorney. And on this panel, he was addressing a Black male who had uploaded a video on YouTube where he stated he had sex with underage girls. I'm going to play you a part of that video, and I want you to notice Anton's mannerisms, his tone, how he responds, and how he interacts with the alleged child sex offender.
You literally described in detail how you love young girls. You word for word. I love young pussy.
Once again, that video was an experiment.
17-year-old girls' tits were. You described in detail.
Yes, I did. In the video, that was an experiment.
How awesome it was, and then when you found out her age and you found out she was still 17 and she wasn't 18 yet, you kept going. You admittedly said, I love young girls, word for word. That's what you said. Was it a lie? Because if it is, then you told it.
And to be clear, you did say that the video was an experiment, but you also said in that experiment, everything was true except for the ages that you changed. But you didn't say, when I said I love young girls or I love young pussy or that whatever, you didn't say that. Here's the thing, because you described R. Kelly's appetite. And, I thank you for this, because you said in that video, you said the normal man does not have that appetite. And I think that's something that a lot of women need to hear, right? We're not going to cast, what's going on in the kink community to all men, right?
No. But what R. Kelly did, most men can't get with that.
Right. But what you did say is that you kind of have that appetite. And you said, and this is a quote, there is something special about fucking a young girl that doesn't have a lot of miles on.
Do you see the stark difference between Anton and the Black woman that he spewed hatred towards versus this male who is a self-proclaimed pedophile? This next clip may be shocking to a few of you.
And this is my personal opinion. One day, I don't know if it's going to be the last day you on this earth. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. One day, you're going to have to be accountable for the things that you did on this earth. You're going to have to be accountable. You're going to have to own every little girl that you slept with. It's going to come back to you. And I just pray. I pray, honestly. I fell on my knees. I told my followers this morning, I said, I prayed for you. I genuinely petitioned God on your behalf. And I said, show this man himself. Help him to understand how he can do things differently. And in some way, shape, or form, bless him to use this platform to actually pour into this world instead of leaving it worse as a result of him being here. Man, you got to do better. You got to do better. We have a platform, and that comes with more responsibility. People look up to you. They love you. They support you. They rock with you. And I truly believe that you can do the right thing. But as of right now, if you continue on the path that you're doing, it's just leading to more destruction of more people, and you're going to have to account for that one day. That's it. That's all I got, bro.
Okay, thank you.
Despite being on a panel with a self-proclaimed pedophile, who likened himself to R. Kelly. Anton Daniels was able to get across his viewpoints while remaining tactful. Yet, when he is sitting on panels with black women or discussing black women with black men, he goes on hate-filled rants about black women. One can only conclude that Anton Daniels hates black women. Furthermore, he should not be given a platform or allowed on any platforms that stand against hate speech. In the first video I showed, he advocated for black men to commit genocide against black women and black children. However, black children and black women have been dying at an alarming rate since the start of the pandemic, which also aligns with the rise in black male content creators on YouTube that are in or associated with the manosphere, red pill, or black pill. There are some men who claim to not be affiliated with any of these extremist groups, but spew the same hatred towards black women. According to this article, manosphere isn't just white. Black Femicide and the Radicalization of Black Male Youth, written by Global Network on Extremism and Technology, states Black femicide takes many forms, including intimate partner violence and sexual violence. In 2020, at least 4 black women and girls were murdered per day in the United States, and this rate has increased significantly according to FBI reports. However, attention to this growing crisis is withering. As grueling as this is to confront, we must be explicit to fully address Black femicide and the multiple factors that contribute to this crisis. Far too often, the rationale for violence against Black women and girls is predicated on the fallacy surrounding our value to society, and this discourse manifests online. Unfortunately, the Black manosphere has become one such assemblage of digital spaces where users may proliferate spurious anti-Black misogynistic views about Black women, which can lead to violence against Black women and girls. The Black manosphere is one of many spaces that impeded the agency and structural well-being of Black women, which intersects with other misogynistic and racist spaces. As contradictory as it seems, there are men of color who uphold far-right ideologies. This is in part because white supremacy is so deeply embedded in our society that anybody can be a vehicle for violence against those who have been systemically excluded. Thus, Black femicide and the Black manosphere are inextricably linked. This article on the manosphere was written a little over a year ago, and as of this week, the FBI has listed red pill with extremism. According to this article written by Fox News, the FBI lists for terms associated with racially or ethnically motivated violent extremism, RMVE, has a mix of extreme terms and innocuous ones. Red pill also appears in the list, but with a different description. In the context of RMVE ideology, taking the red pill or becoming red-pilled indicates the adoption of racist, anti-Semitic, or fascist beliefs. With all that said, it's time that Black women acknowledge the fact that Black men have declared war on the Black community, and more so specifically Black women. Our Black femicide rate is no longer at every 5 hours in which a Black woman is dying. It's actually down to almost every 4.5 hours. So every 4.5 hours, a Black woman or Black girl is being killed, typically by a Black man. Sadly, our femicide rate is almost similar to an undeveloped country such as Africa, in which their Black femicide rate is at every 3 hours. We can no longer afford to go about ignoring this. We need to hold these men accountable, starting with Anton Daniels. Here's what I need people to do. I first need you to sign that petition on change.org titled Stop the Hate Speech About Black Women on YouTube. If you haven't already done so, please do so and share the link so that we can get more people to sign that petition. Secondly, I need you to go to Anton's videos in which I shown on here, whether they're being shown on YouTube or they're shown on another platform, and report the video. Here's how you report on YouTube. First, you're going to click on those 3 dots, and then the drop down box is going to appear. You're going to hit report, and then in the report is going to ask you what was said that was hate speech and give the timestamp. Now, before you submit that, I want you to take a photo, a screenshot of it, and keep it for your records, because we want to be able to show that we're reporting this, and unfortunately nothing is happening to the content creator. You can also report his hate speech to his Patreon account. Look, Anton Daniels is one of many who sit on YouTube and spew hateful, misogynistic rhetoric directed at Black women. However, the clips that I use in this video alone supports that he advocated for genocide against Black women and Black children, and that anybody who will sit online and say that a Black woman looks like a monkey and repeatedly say that I hate you over 5 times doesn't need to be on a public platform where he has the ability to influence a younger generation. Part of that FBI report stated the FBI list of key terms defines it as a belief shared by many online communities that society is corrupt and that the believer is a victim of the corruption. How often do we look at these panels and see Black men putting themselves in a victimized position? Oh, she just won't listen. Oh, she just won't submit. Meanwhile, he's not financially, mentally, or physically in a position to provide or even protect that woman. Most of these communities are in horrible states because of Black men. They refuse to step up to the plate and do what needs to be done to get rid of the criminal activity, the sex trafficking, and fix their attitudes directed at Black women and Black children. Anton Daniels needs to be reported to the FBI. Report him and his platforms to the FBI. He is no better than Nick Fuentes. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you thought of this video. Thanks for watching.